Today, Baba is talking about many things, just like every day. But I would like to begin with the Vyakt signal today. And Baba says, to the extent that someone's intellect has faith, to that extent he will be victorious over everything. Someone whose intellect has faith can never be defeated. If there is defeat, you can understand that faith is lacking. Consider yourself to be a jewel out of all those victorious jewels whose intellects have faith. If any obstacle comes, then pass it by considering it to be a test paper. Do not look at the situation, but pass it by considering it to be a paper. Now you see, Baba is talking about faith, and Baba says that if there is defeat, you can understand that faith is lacking. And today I was just thinking about how much of the sanskar of lack of faith we have. And the first faith is in yourself. Yes, so do you have faith in your capacities? Do you have faith in your buddhi? Do you have faith in your specialities, capabilities? Yes, there are so many times when, there is this doubt that comes in whether I will be able to do something or not. And usually we use a word, I will try. And when I say I will try, that's a word showing lack of faith. So Baba says that, in all of this whole world, Baba comes and chooses us. And you see, how do I create faith in the self? So when you know who you are, you will have faith in the self. Why do I have self-doubt? Because I'm body conscious. And I think about this one lifetime and the memories I carry of this lifetime. And I gauge my capacities according to that. Yes, for example, you appeared for an exam 3 times and you didn't clear it. Then there is this awareness that I'm a failure. But Baba says that you are a soul, and look at yourself in the whole journey. Look at your unlimited self. Don't look at yourself in a very limited way. If you define yourself by what you have and what you do right now, then that's a very body conscious, very limited way of seeing yourself. And with that vision, you cannot know who you really are. And who am I really? So you see, Baba has given us this knowledge that those who sit before Baba now were deities in Satyug. Yes, so Baba says that no soul who was not a deity in heaven can become a Brahmin now. Yes, so look at yourself and realize that maybe you won some battles, you lost some battles, in this limited span of this one birth. Maybe there is an account of loss and gain and other things which is very different. But when you look at this truth that you are the one sitting before Baba. And Baba has given us this law that only deity souls sit before Baba. Baba says that even if a soul, somebody who comes and takes sustenance from Baba, even if they leave Baba in future, that soul is also going to come to heaven. They may get a very low status, but then that soul is also a deity soul. So just think about, who am I? I am a deity soul for sure. And who is a deity? A deity is defined, the king and the subjects, they are all defined as full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full, yes, free from all vices. So that is the definition of a deity. So just remember your Adi Swarup, your form in the beginning. And then Baba says, you are the ones who build temples for me. You are the ones whose images are sitting in the temples. And through you, even today, souls are receiving relief. So just realize yourself. And when you realize yourself, when you see yourself in that unlimited manner, or you see yourself through the lens of knowledge, then there is no space for self-doubt. Because if you can't do something, nobody can. Yes, we are the hero actors in the cycle. And in any drama, the hero can do everything. And if the hero can't do it, who can do it? So Baba says, you are the hero actors in this drama. And never have any doubt about yourself. Never think, I'll try, I can't do this. Always remember, if I'm receiving a direction, if a direction is hitting my intellect, yes, just understand that we are all number wise. But do you know how we are number wise? We don't understand everything in the same way. In that way, we are number wise. But if I'm not, if you see, if when Baba talks about Purusharth in the Murli or Seva in the Murli, then not everybody understands Baba's directions. And in that, I'm number wise. Yes, it's not like we are number wise in doing. We are number wise in understanding. We are not designed to understand everything equally. Because our buddhis are different. Every soul is different. So every soul's original state of the mind, intellect, and sanskar is different. So we don't have the same buddhi. But if I'm able to understand something, that means I am destined to do it. Do you understand this law? If you cannot do something, you can't understand it. And if you can understand something, nobody can stop you from doing it. And the gap between what you understand and what you do is Purusharth. It is not the gap between what Baba says and what you do, because what Baba says you don't understand only, na? So how can you do Purusharth about what you don't understand? But when I understand something and I do something, that gap is called the gap of Purusharth. That is where I have to make effort. So Baba says, when you understand something, you have the ability to do it. That's why you understand something. Yes, so Baba says that never think, never use these words, I'll try, or, I'll, some people then use God willing, or, or if it's in the drama. No, have complete faith in yourself that you can do it. Whatever task Baba has given, whatever seva Baba has given, whatever Baba's direction is, if I can't do it, nobody can do it. So I definitely can do whatever touches my intellect. And then, so this faith will finish self doubt. Do you see yourself in that unlimited way? Do you see yourself as you are? Or do you get body conscious and create self doubt? Yes, so there are so many kinds of body consciousness. I'm a woman, I'm a grihasthi, I'm old, I'm working, I'm busy. Yes, I am, I have responsibilities. Yes, I don't understand language properly. All of these are body conscious statements. And the more you keep telling yourself this, that means you are creating self doubt. I cannot do everything because I'm a householder. I cannot do everything because I'm a working person and I have to give time to the office or this or that. But Baba has come for me. So when Baba is not creating a doubt about me by seeing my present scenario, then why am I creating doubt? Yes, God never speaks anything that's false. So why would He say, I'm speaking to you, my child, if He understands that this child is not capable? So, and when He thinks I'm capable, who am I to think I'm incapable? Yes, so all these are body conscious statements. And so this is what self doubt is. And Baba says that you are the chosen one, you are destined to be a deity. So, of course, you have the capacity to do everything that makes you a deity. Yes, I can't. There was one brother, and he said, if I sleep less than 8 hours, then I feel sleepy. So I said, no, that's not true. That's something you are telling yourself continuously. And even if that's true, then sleep at 8 p.m. So he said, I can't sleep at 8 p.m. So I said, no, but then if you can't sleep at that time, that means 6 hours is enough for you. But you have to know that Baba is giving me Shrimat and that Shrimat is for me, so it will definitely work well for me. So this is faith in the self. And when body consciousness creeps in, then this faith in the self is shaken. And that's why we face defeat. And you see, ultimately defeat is about losing your status in Satyug. Yes, we are very concerned about little wins and little defeats, some property issue getting solved, some thing coming up, some gain happening. But Baba says all of that is not victory and defeat. And even in those situations, if you have full faith in yourself, you will win. I'll tell you one thing I've observed. People who are vicious have a lot of faith in their, in themselves. And people who are virtuous, they have a lot of self doubt. And then people keep asking, why are those who are vicious very successful? Because you're good, but not full of faith in yourself. And because you have the Maya programs you like that all the good people are suffering. So if you program yourself like that all the good people are suffering and I'm good, so then you don't have doubt in your victory. You don't have faith in your victory. You have doubt that maybe I'll succeed, maybe I'll not. And Baba tells us that only the truth wins. Baba says the boat of truth will rock but not sink. And when I have this full faith in this law, then I will have full faith that I'm the one who is with the truth, so I will win. Yes. Otherwise, I remember there was this one time when there was some issue, and then somebody told me, "You see, Didi, there is so much corruption, and only the people who are doing misdeeds win." So I said, "No, it's not like that." So I said, "How do they win?" So he said, "They have big contacts." So I said, "I have the biggest contact." And I didn't even tell him who is that contact. I didn't tell him that's Baba. I told him I have the biggest contact, more than you can imagine, and I will win. So he also thought maybe, some prime minister or chief minister she knows or something. So, so you see that that's where the whole game turns. And we have been, and Ravan does this, there's so much programming by Maya that you're made to believe that when you're good, then you will suffer. And when you're bad, you will win. And then you are doing the right thing, you're following Shrimat, and you have self doubt that I will not win in this situation, or even a tiny situation, because the world is bad and the world is corrupt. So, what are you giving energy to? You're giving energy to the corrupt world. So, this is faith in the self, then faith in Baba. Yes, so Baba is with me, and when the Almighty is with me, then there will be victory. Yes, but how do you build faith in Baba? Because our faith in Baba has been shattered over this journey of many births. Yes. And how did faith in Baba shatter? Because we had unrealistic expectations from Baba. In Bhakti, we kept these expectations that Baba should give us limited gains and this and that. And then every time we didn't receive it, we got a little, aloof from Baba. Yes, every time, you lose some person, some relationship, you lose something, you lose an opportunity, then everybody tells you, why did God do this to you? Yes, and then what happens is you start having that, distance of heart with God. You don't have that love for God. And this has been happening for 63 births. I remember there was this one time one Mata lost her son, and then everybody who came, they said, God did very wrong with you. भगवान ने तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया? भगवान ने तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया? And then I was just sitting there and thinking, you see, this is so bizarre that everybody will say that God did this to you. And then what happens is the only entity who is yours is no longer yours. You don't have a honest, loving relationship with that one Baba. And then when we come to Baba, then we come with that sanskar. We don't have faith in Baba. Yes, and Baba says that build faith in me. And build faith in me that I'm here, and now if you follow my Shrimat, if you hold my hand, I will take you across. And this faith is built very slowly, gradually. As you start having this new relationship with Baba, knowing who he is, how he is, yes, and what actually he is for. So, have you noticed that Baba helps you in every step of purity that you choose? Yes, Baba says, you take one step and I help you with 1,000, hands. So, how do I experience that? When you take a step on Srimad, then you experience Baba's help. And if you just say, Baba, help me in my vicious motives, then Baba is not here to do that for you. In fact, Baba will protect you from that. So, there's one sister, and she said, Didi, we were opening a food chain. So, there was a chain of restaurants. And in those restaurants, my husband said, we will keep meat also. And then I am a BK. So I said, no, we will not keep meat. We will have it vegetarian. And that too without onion, garlic. So he said, no, you keep quiet. You be with your Baba. Don't interfere in my business and this and that. And then she said, I just talked to Baba and I said, Baba, I have full faith in you that, my husband's money will not go into that because I use his money for seva. So that money will not be used in that meat selling business. And then she said, until he kept meat, his business was non-profitable. He had no profit. And he was just barely meeting ends. And then one day when he was very disappointed, then I told him, why don't you try removing that stuff and just try out whether Baba helps you or not. And then he did, as I said, and then the business grew like anything. And then I realized that, Baba always helps me. Yes. Who are the children who have faith in Baba? The ones who take steps on Srimad. Yes, they experience that, they experience Baba's help. And those who do not take steps on Srimad don't know how much Baba helps. Yes, so if you belong to Baba, if you do as Baba says, then you will feel that, Baba is always combined with you. And that faith is a very big faith because, even when you give up on yourself sometimes, faith in Baba makes you victorious. Because you don't doubt your victory because you have faith in Baba. So you need to have faith in Baba. And then you will be victorious. Then third thing, do you have faith in your destiny? That, I'm destined to win. I'm destined to be the highest. Yes. Or there is doubt in your destiny because, sometimes people have faith in their abilities but not in their drama. Yes, many Brahmins, they say, I don't know which number am I. Yes, what is my number in the rosary? I don't know. But why don't you know? You should know, because Baba says that when you see, first is you belong to Baba, so you have faith that, you're fortunate. But then every time you assess yourself according to how much of Srimad do you follow, then you have faith in your fortune. True faith in your fortune. And those children who walk on the path of Srimad, they have this faith that my drama is very kalyankari. And because, you cross many hurdles so easily because of the accumulated power that you have accumulated by following Srimad, that even when an obstacle comes, this has come to go, not come to stay. And when you don't tread on Srimad, then you don't have that faith. Because then there is no power. So you've struggled with obstacles. So then obstacles are obstacles. You look at them as big mountains. You don't look at them as test papers. But when you have, when you follow Srimad and you accumulate yoga power, you accumulate the power of knowledge, you accumulate the power of good wishes, then you have this faith that whatever has come, I'll cross it and I'll be victorious. Yes. Have you seen that when you cross one situation, you have so much faith that you will cross a similar situation very easily? You become experienced. And it is this power of experience, this authority of experience, that makes you have faith in your victory. You do not become confused or don't put a question mark on your victory every time an obstacle comes. And those who have faith in themselves, faith in Baba, and faith in their destiny, and faith in the fact that I will be victorious, it can never be that they will not be victorious. And that this holds true for small situations and the final result both. Yes, but Baba says, look at how much doubt you create. Whenever any obstacle comes, what is the thought? I don't know whether I cross it. I don't know whether I'll be able to. But realize who you are, who is with you, and how many obstacles you have crossed with Baba. And then when you remember that, this obstacle is nothing. It's just a test paper you have to pass. And then today Baba talks about being accurate. And in Satyug, we are accurate. Yes. So can you imagine a deity making mistakes? A deity fumbling in their words and actions? No, a deity is accurate. And that sanskar of accuracy we have to carry with us when we go to Satyug. So we have to create that sanskar of being accurate now. And how do we become accurate? So first thing for accuracy is honesty. Honesty with Baba. Yes, because those who hide their diseases never get cured of them. Yes, those who hide their disease will never get cured of them. If you hide the disease from the surgeon, will you get cured? No. So if I'm dishonest with Baba, if I don't see my thought, word, attitude, awareness, actions, and I own that, this is what I'm doing, and I submit it to Baba with the intention to change, then I cannot receive the power to change. Because, the biggest problem is self-deception. What does ego tell you? Make a mistake, but don't own it up. Yes. When I was in a government office, there was a senior, and the first day he taught me one lesson. He said, if you make a mistake, just deny it. Yes, I was taught this. He said, even if you made the biggest mistake, just say, I didn't do it. And then don't own it up. Because if you own it up, then you will be, caught up. So I was very young at that time. And then I did not know how to counter that. But then slowly I realized, no, that's not how it works. But this is the way we are taught in the world, make mistakes, don't get caught. Make mistakes, don't own it up. And it becomes such a big sanskar that we deny it even to ourselves. Yes. And how do we deny that I made a mistake? You give a reason. It's a very simple method. I made a mistake because this happened. You always justify it. And that is not honesty. Yes, because if you do these things, then you never own up to your mistakes. And when you don't own up to your mistakes, then how can you correct it? If you externalize the problem, you will always externalize the solution. If you are not the problem, how can you have a solution? So Baba says, you want to correct your mistakes? First, own it up that you made a mistake. It happened, they did this. No, I made a mistake and I have to correct it. So the path to accuracy is this. And then Baba says, this dishonesty creates hypocrisy. Yes, you are something on the inside and something on the outside. Yes, so the world teaches you, if you can't be good, just look good. If you can't think good, just sound good. If you can't feel good, just, talk good. So that is something on the inside and something on the outside. And then nowadays, if you feel bad, speak bad. If you feel, if you feel disturbed, disturb others. And don't be ashamed of it. So that's the new mantra now. But Baba says, no. If you are not feeling good, correct yourself. If you're not thinking right, correct that. Don't go into, I cannot correct things on the inside, so let me just do it on the outside. No. But this honesty is very important, and you cannot be honest with everybody because people will use your honesty against you. So honesty with Baba. You have to have some platform to be honest. And this is the platform. You have, only with Baba you can, you can explore this virtue of honesty. It's because otherwise you explore honesty and you will be cheated. You go and tell everything to everyone, then they will use it against you. But Baba says, be honest with me. Look at your face honestly in the mirror, that's me. And then correct it, take the powers. And this will lead to accuracy slowly, gradually. And then Baba says, follow every step on Srimad. Yes, at least the intention should be 100%. Of course, nobody can follow every step of Srimad in the beginning, but my intention should be, I have to follow Srimad 100% right from the beginning. If my intention is that I won't follow this Srimad, then I will never be able to follow it. Because once you release the intention, then slowly, gradually, you win over the obstacles of Maya and you arrive at a place where you are able to do it. But Baba says at least the intention has to be 100% from the beginning, because Srimad is elevated directions, and only by walking on those elevated directions can you become accurate. So Baba says, be honest with me, 100% honesty. And if you don't submit a chart, there's no question of honesty. How are you being honest? You have to honestly submit your chart. That's honesty. And then take power from Baba and correct. And then for 100% intention to follow every Srimad. Yes, okay. Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today I will keep it short because time.
Yes.
Of the class. I just want to say, Didi, I have got hurt many times. I always live in stress in my old life, and very much shivered when I see anybody fighting, and this type of personality I have. And that's why I always went and sat beside God to keep myself peaceful and very disciplined and strict my all family members. But I was never bothered. I have always lived in between all. in Sangatit way. And there I had never any problem. But now when I am apart, I've just become choosy. And whom to connect more or less, or seva intention only, not that emotional to that extent. And Baba is always there for me from childhood. I had this faith, and this faith will never go away. Whoever leaves me, I don't care. I can't leave Baba. Even if I have a low confidence that where I will reach, when I will reach, I am keeping these questions also aside now. But no one is there other than Baba.
Correct.
And one thing I remember, Baba said that Chancellor. Chancellor is the one who takes the chance. And I believe in that belief.
Yes, yes. Yes, so your subject of faith in Baba is good. Okay.
Yes,
okay. Om Shanti. Thank you.
I don't have that expectation that I have to get that position. I have to be with Baba.
Yes, that's good.
Yes, I know this.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Didi. Om Shanti.
Hanji. Om Shanti.
Deities are perfect and I am becoming one. So I need to be accurate. Over here, I have to have that sanskar before I reach Satya. And what makes me accurate? Honesty with Baba.
Yes, yes. And 100% intention to follow every Srimad. Yes. And then whatever steps I can take, I take today. If I fail also, I have that revision again that tomorrow I will pay attention to the Srimad. Okay? Om Shanti.